The night air was thick with smoke from burning cars and gunfire echoes outside the estate. Kane clutched his bleeding arm, seething. But the true threat wasn't him anymore. The woman in black stepped forward, her gun steady against Samuel's chest. Her voice was sharp, deliberate, and cold. "You think you've won," she whispered. "But Kane was only my puppet. I built this empire. I am the one who owns the banks, the security firms, the politicians you've been fighting against. And now, Samuel, I own you." Her eyes glistened with cruel amusement. "Do you know my name?" Samuel's silence was answer enough. "Victoria Cross," she said, savoring the weight of it. "To the world, a philanthropist. To men like Kane, a queen. To you, a nightmare." She pushed the gun harder against his chest. "Hand over the codes to your fortune, or your daughter won't see another sunrise." Samuel's eyes never left hers. Calm, steady, unshaken. "You've made one mistake, Victoria." Her brows arched. "And what's that?" "You've underestimated a janitor." In one swift move, Samuel slammed his knee into her wrist. The gun clattered to the floor, and Jasmine bolted behind him. But before Samuel could grab the weapon, Victoria's second guard emerged, striking Samuel across the face with a rifle butt. Samuel crashed against the marble floor. Blood trickled from his lip. Victoria picked up the gun again, smiling like a predator who enjoyed the chase. "Oh, Samuel, you fight well, but I don't play fair." Over the next hour, Samuel and Jasmine were bound and dragged into Victoria's underground chamber, a room lined with monitors showing banks, corporations, even government offices. It wasn't just Kane's empire. It was an entire network. "This is bigger than you thought," Victoria said, circling him like a shark. "For years, I've used men like Kane to build my power. They take the heat while I stay untouchable. But then you walked in with your little act, the janitor turned secret investor. Do you know how dangerous you've become? A black man rising from nothing, threatening everything we built." She crouched beside him, her voice dripping venom. "That's why I'm going to erase you, Samuel. Not just from this room, but from history. And when Jasmine grows up, she'll know her father died fighting a war he could never win." Jasmine cried out, "You'll never break him." Victoria only smiled. "Oh, child, everyone breaks." Hours passed. Guards came and went. But Samuel sat in silence, his eyes scanning the room, every wire, every angle. Finally, when the guard stepped out to switch shifts, Samuel whispered to Jasmine, "Remember the flash drive in my duffel bag?" She nodded, eyes wide. "The one you told me never to touch? That drive isn't just a key to my fortune," he said, his voice low. "It's a kill switch for everything she owns." Jasmine's tears slowed. "So what do we do?" Samuel's gaze hardened. "We wait. Because Victoria's biggest weakness is her arrogance. She wants me to see her power before she takes mine, and that will be her downfall." The next morning, Victoria gathered her in a circle in the chamber, ready to force Samuel to hand over his codes. Cameras rolled. She wanted to humiliate him publicly, to break the man who dared stand against her. "Ladies and gentlemen," she said to her cronies, "today we erase a nuisance. Today, Samuel's empire becomes mine." She shoved a laptop in front of him. "Type it in." But Samuel only smirked. "You want my codes? Fine. But you should know one thing." "And what's that?" she snapped. "They're already yours." Her eyes narrowed. "Explain." Samuel leaned forward, voice sharp as a blade. "Why do you drag me down here? My people used that same network of cameras you flaunt to broadcast your entire operation to the world. Your accounts frozen. Your company's under investigation. And this laptop," he tapped the keys, "it's not giving you my fortune. It's erasing yours." Alarms blared. Screens around the chamber flickered red. One by one, Victoria's offshore accounts showed balance. Oh. Her inner circle panicked, yelling into phones, trying to salvage their wealth. Guards scrambled as news alerts flashed across the monitors. Breaking. Billionaire Victoria Cross exposed in global corruption scandal. Victoria's face twisted in rage. "You fool! Do you think this ends me? I built this empire in shadows. I'll build another." Before she could finish, Samuel's crew stormed the estate. Navy SEALs, ex-cops, and allies she never saw coming. The chamber erupted in gunfire and chaos. Victoria grabbed Jasmine, pressing a knife to her throat. "Stay back, or she dies." Samuel froze, hands raised. The room quieted. His crew aimed but didn't fire. "Last chance, Samuel," she hissed. "Give me access to what's left, or I take from you what can't be replaced." Samuel's voice was steady, almost eerily calm. "You still don't get it. Do you? Her grip tightened. Get what? That the moment you touch my daughter, you'd already lost. At that instant, Jasmine stomped on Victoria's foot, twisting free. Samuel lunged, pinning Victoria against the wall. The knife clattered away, but instead of finishing her with his fists, Samuel simply whispered, "You're not worth my hands." He stepped back as federal agents stormed in, guns drawn. His broadcast hadn't just exposed her crimes, it had summoned the law. Victoria was dragged away, screaming, her empire collapsing in real time. Days later, Samuel stood before his community, no longer the invisible janitor, no longer underestimated. He had turned humiliation into triumph, the same CEO who once fired him. Bankrupt, tame, serving decades. Victoria, awaiting trial. Samuel looked at Jasmine in the crowd, tears shining in her eyes. "This wasn't just about me," he said. "This was about proving that no matter how hard they try to bury us, we rise. And when we rise, we change the game. Forever." The crowd erupted in applause. That night, Samuel tucked Jasmine into bed. For the first time in months, peace seemed possible. But as he sat alone, sipping coffee, a plain envelope slid under his door. No return address, no sound of footsteps outside. He opened it. Inside was a single note. "Victoria was only one of many. We're watching, and we're not done with you yet." Samuel's jaw tightened. He folded the note carefully, placed it in his pocket, and whispered to himself, "Then let them come."